There's more issues with this defense when you pull back the curtain than meets the eye. So we're going to get into what I don't like about this defense and what I think that needs to be improved upon. So starting off with the defense as a whole, man. Like I said, it's a multitude of issues going on here, but just getting into the brass tacks of it all, and I'll try to be as high level as I can for those that are not football air quote purists. But when it comes down to what I don't like about this defense, it's very simple and honest. And I think that people aren't really focusing on this and the things I see with my football eye that people may not see from a 30,000 foot view. But when it comes down to this defense in a sense, although I think that Justin Miller is a very savvy and very intelligent defensive coordinator, there's still some issues there. I think that this defense, and it just could be the way the NFL is trending, but I also think that certain teams that are more successful in the NFL right now don't have these issues necessarily. So I think that first and foremost, I think this defense is very bend don't break. I really think that this defense can be ran on. I think defense can be passed on. I really think that Justin Miller relies on the fact that he wants to kind of pin you into short spaces and shorten areas, and just keep you from scoring touchdowns in a sense. And I think that's a really, really I guess you can say passive way to address things when it comes down to defense. Now, he might be feeling like, because the NFL is so offensive leaning, that's pretty much how you have to live, right? But again, I see other teams in this league don't lean to that direction and they still have success. And I think there's still some dominant defenses out there in NFL that do things a little bit better. And I think we have similar personnel. So I'm not understanding exactly why we're playing this style of defense, but that's what they're doing. Like I said, very bend don't break. That I see a lot of long runs. I see a lot of soft zones, a lot of short passes being given up, and they just are, Jason Minute is really banking on the fact that you're going to have to use 10 to 12 plays to get down the field. You just don't want to give up the big play. It's almost like you're playing Madden in a sense. You just don't want to give up the big play. You don't want to give up the bomb before a quick touchdown. You just want to make them have to beat you by 1,000 cuts rather than one, kind of thing. So it's very bend don't break. I don't like that. Another issue that I've been talking about for a good while, in my videos, the serious lack of pass rush.